After understanding the method of correlation, Carl Pearson coefficient of correlation, let's do the next method of calculating correlation. So next method is Spearman rank correlation of coefficient. Okay, so this is the next method of calculating correlation. So, as this Spearman rank correlation of coefficient method was first devised in 1904. So, it was first, let me, in 1904. Okay, it was first introduced in 1904 by Charles Edward Spearman. It was given by Charles Edward Spearman. Basically, he is a psychologist in Britain. Okay, so that's why this method is also known as ranking method. Ranking method. Spearman rank method is also known as ranking method. Okay, which was given in 1905, 1904 by Charles Edward Spearman, which is also known as Spearman rank correlation of coefficient, and basically it is used for finding the correlation between those qualitative facts which cannot be measured qualitatively. Okay, when we have to measure some qualitative facts with the help of quantitative method, then we use this Spearman rank correlation of coefficient. Okay, suppose we have to find out the correlation between the honesty and beauty. So, when if we have to find out the correlation between honesty and beauty of 10 people, then we cannot measure this by quantitative method. So, for this we use some other facts, like we arrange the data in ascending and descending order, and we will find this fact with the help of Spearman rank correlation of coefficient. Okay, so this is how we use the Spearman rank correlation of coefficient. So when we have to find out the coefficient of correlation of two variables which cannot be measured quantitatively, then we use this Spearman rank or ranking method to calculate. So the formula for calculating Spearman rank correlation of coefficient is the letter, as you are seeing in this example, so the letter is came from the Greek word which is rho. Okay, this is rho, which is also denoted by R and R. Okay, this is also denoted by R and capital R and the undervalue R. Okay, so the formula is 1 minus 6 sum of d square divided by n multiply n square minus 1. So this is the formula for calculating Spearman rank correlation of coefficient, also a ranking method. So as in this rho and R is denoted as rank correlation. Okay, this is denoted for rank correlation. Like in previous method, Carl Pearson method, we denote Carl Pearson of coefficient with R. Likewise, we denote Spearman rank correlation of coefficient with R and R or rho. Okay, so this is how we do the calculation. Now this sum of d square is the difference of rank of each pair of observation. So the ranks which are given, suppose rank x and y is given, so this is the difference of each pair of observation in the given question, in the given variables, n is the basically number of pair, total number of pair is the n. Okay, so basically Spearman rank is difference coefficient of correlation also come within the limit of +1 and -1, as we have discussed in Carl Pearson of correlation also. So the value of correlation comes between +1 and -1. So now we will solve some questions of Carl Pierce Spearman rank correlation, also ranking method. We also called it ranking method. So, as first question is the rank of the same 15 student in two subject, economics and statistics, are given below. So, the two number within the brackets denote the rank of same student in economics and statistics respectively. Use Spearman's formula to find the rank correlation coefficient. So these are the value given. So as there are 15 students in class and these value which are in bracket, so these values are particularly for two subjects, economics and statistics, of a single student. Okay, so let's put some details in the table. So as in question there are 15 students. So 10, 12, sorry, it's 11, 12, 13, 14 and 15. So there are total 15 students in class. We have to give the rank of every student in economics and statistics. Let's give rank of economics and denote it with rank. We can say rank, or we will write it by Rx. Okay, is it okay? So this denote variable, basically this denote variable x, and rank for statistics we will denote variable 2 by y. Okay, so this is variable x and variable y. Okay, so let's find out the let's put all the values. So as let's write down the marks of, or you can say rank of economics first. So it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 and 15. Now let's write the rank of statistics. First one is 10, then 7, then 2, after that 6, after that 4, 8, 3, 1, 11, 15, 9, 5, 14. After that 14, it's 12 and it's 13. Okay, so this is the rank is given in the question. So what we have to do is we have to find out the value of D. As you can see in this formula, we have to put the sum of D square. So the value of D, basically D, if we write D, so D is a difference. Difference. Okay, so difference between Rx minus Ry. So let me write it D bracket Rx minus Ry. Okay. Okay, so we have to write down the difference Rx minus Ry. That is the value of D. Okay. After finding out the D, we have to find out the D square. D square here. Okay. So let's first find out the value of D. 1 minus 10 is minus 9. 2 minus 7 is minus 5. Then 3 minus 2, basically 1. Then 4 minus 6 is minus 2. Then 5 minus 4 is 1. 6 minus 8 is minus 2. Then 7 minus 3 is 4. After that 8 minus 1 is 7. 9 minus 11 is minus 2. 10 minus 5 is 5. Minus 5. 11 minus 9 is 2. 12 minus 5 is 7. 13 minus 14 is minus 1. And 14 minus 12 is 2. And 15 minus 13 is 2. Okay, so this is how we find out the value of D. So basically, D is the difference of variable x and y. We can say that the difference between the rank of economics and statistics of every student. Now the square of D is 9 square by 9 is 81. 5 into 5 is 25. This is 1. 2 into 2 is 4. 1. Again 4. 4 into 4 is 16. 7 into 7 is 49. 2 into 2 is 4. 5 into 5 is 25. 2 into 2 is 4. 7 into 7 is 49. 1 into 1 is 1. It's 4 and it's 4. Okay, so there is a mistake here. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and it's 15. So now we have to calculate the sum of D square so that we can put the value here in the formula. So let's calculate the sum first. 81 plus 25 plus 6 plus 4 plus 16, then plus 49 plus 4, again plus 25 plus 4 plus 49 plus 1 plus 4 and plus 4. It's 272. Okay, sum of D square is 272. So now let's put the formula. So the formula is R R is equal to is 6 sum of d square divided by n multiply by n square minus 1. So let's put all the value. 6 multiply by sum of d square is 272. N is number of observation, which is 15. Multiply by n square, which is 15. So let's 15 square. Let's calculate with the help of calculator. 15 multiplied by 15 is basically is equal to 225, and minus 1 is equal to 224. So let's write it here, 224. Now let's again calculate. 6 multiplied by 272 is equal to 1632. So it is 1632 divided by, again calculate 15 into 224. It's 3360. 3360. So when we calculate this, the value of R, or you can say the value of rho, will be, after calculating, 0.514. Okay, so this is the answer while of calculating Spearman rank correlation of coefficient with the help of just a second. There is a we have forgot one thing in this formula. Let me erase it first. Okay, just a second. So there is a little mistake we have done. 1 minus. So there is 1 minus. Okay, 1 minus. So after calculating, let's first calculate 1632 divided by 3360 is 0.48. Okay, it's basically 1 minus 0.486. Now the value of R, let's minus again. 1 minus 0.486 is equal to 0.514. It's 0.514. So as we this answer is in plus. Okay, so what we have done is 1 minus 0.486 is value is in minus. So the value is 0.514 in plus. So this value is lying between plus minus 1. Plus minus 1. Okay, so this is how we calculate the value with the help of Spearman rank correlation of coefficient. Okay, so this is the process of calculating the value of correlation with the help of ranking method. We can also say called it a ranking method. So let me write the value here is, if we put it like this, R is equal to plus 0.514. Okay, let it smooth it. Okay, so this is how we calculate correlation with the help of ranking method. So while calculating the coefficient of correlation with the use of Spearman formula, first we have to calculate the value of D, which is the difference between the variables, both the variables. So while calculating correlation, variable can be two or more than two. So we have to calculate the difference among the variables. With the help of difference, we have to calculate the D square. After putting all the values, we can get the answer of coefficient of correlation. So let's do the next question. So the next question is 10 competitors in a beauty contest are ranked by their judges in the following order. So use the rank correlation coefficient to determine which pair of judge has the nearest approach to common taste in beauty. So in this question, there are three judges, ranking given by three judges in a beauty contest, judge 1, judge 2 and judge 3. So here we have three ranking. So in this question we have more than two variables, three variables we can say that. So let's write here R1, it's R2 and it is R3 basically. Okay, we can write it like this also. As there are three variables, let's first put the value of uh, all the values of ranking which is given by the judges. So judge 1 given the ranking is 1, 6, 5, 10, 3, 2, 4, 9, 7 and 8. Judge 2 given the ranking is 3, 5, 8, 4, 7, 10, 2, 1, 6 and 9. Now judge 3 given the ranking in the following order 6, 4, 8, 9, 8, 1, 2, 3, 10, 5 and 7. Okay, so these are the ranking given by the three judges. Now we have to calculate the difference. So when we have two variables, so there is only one difference. Okay, so there is one difference which is D. Now when we have three judges, so there will be three difference between judge 1 and judge 2, judge 1 and judge 3, again judge 2 and judge 3 and so on. Okay, so okay, so there are three differences So let me write it here. If we write D1 is basically R1 minus R2. Okay, we can write it like this. Okay, this is D1. Now for D1, we have to also calculate the square of D1. D1 square. Okay, as we have to put the value in formula. Okay, got it? Now what is we have to do is D2, which is the difference between basically R2 minus R3. Okay, we can write it as D2 whole square. D2 whole square. Okay, we can do it like this. Understood? Now the last difference is D3. So D3 is the difference between R1 minus R3. Now D3 square. Okay, getting my point? So when we have three variables, so we especially in calculating the coefficient of correlation through ranking method, so we have to calculate the difference of all the variables among each other. Okay. So first one, what we have to do, we have to minus R1 minus R2. Let's calculate D1. It's minus 2. It is 6 minus 5 is 1. 5 minus 8 is minus 3. 10 minus 4 is 6. 3 minus 7 is minus 4. 2 minus 10 is minus 8. 4 minus 2 is 2. 9 minus 1 is 8. 7 minus 6 is 1. 8 minus 9 is minus 1. Okay, now let's do the D1 square. 2 into 2 is 4. It's 1. 3 into 3 is 9. 6 into 6 is 36. 4 into 4 is 16. 8 into 8 is 64. 2 into 2 is 4. 8 into 8 is again 64. It's 1 and it's also 1. Okay. So we have calculated D1 square. Now we will calculate D2. So D2 is R2 minus R3. R2 minus R3. Let's calculate 3 minus 6 minus 3. 5 minus 1, 1. 8 minus 9, minus 1. 4 minus 8, minus 4. 7 minus 1 is 6. 10 minus 2 is 8. 2 minus 3, minus 1. 1 minus 10 is 1 minus 9. 6 minus 5, 1. 9 minus 7 is 2. Now let's do the D2 square. Difference of 2 square. 3 into 3, 9. It's 1. 1. 4 into 4 is 16. 6 into 6 is 36. 8 into 8 is 64. 1 into 1 is 1. 9 into 9 is 81. It's 1 and it's 4. Understood? Now we have to calculate the difference of 3, D3. R minus R3 means R value of R1 minus value of R3. So let's calculate 1 minus 6 minus 5. 6 minus 4 is 2. 5 minus 9 is minus 4. 10 minus 8 is 2. 3 minus 1 is 2. 2 minus 2 is 0. 4 minus 3 is 1. 9 minus 10 is minus 1. 7 minus 5 is 2. And 8 minus 7 is 1. Now let's do the D3 square root. 5 minus 5 is 25. 2 into 2 is 4. 4 into 4 is 16. It's again 4. 4, 0. 1 into 1 is 1. 1 into 1 is 1. 2 into 2 is 4. And it's again 1. So this is how we calculate the difference when we have three variables given. So we have to calculate the difference for all the three variables. Now we have to calculate the sum of D1 square, D2 square and D3 square. Let's first calculate the sum of D1 square. So 0 and it is 200. Okay. Now let's calculate the D2 square is 9 plus 2 plus 16, 36, 64 plus 81 plus 6. It's 214. 214. Now D3 whole square 25 plus 4, 16, 8 and 7. It's 60. So in this case, what we have to do is we have to calculate sum for all these three individuals. So we have to calculate the three ranks basically for D1 square, D2 square and for D3 square. So let me put it here. So let's first write the formula. Is equal to 1 minus 6 sigma d square divided by n bracket n square minus 1. Okay, so this is how we calculate. So let's calculate for first R1 and R2. Okay, after that R2 and R3. Okay, so this is how we do the calculation. After that, R1 and R3. Okay, so we have to calculate this for all the three individually. Let's calculate for the first one. So the formula is common. Let's put the value 1 minus 6 multiply sum of d square. Sum of d square, the difference of R1 and R2 is 200 divided by n. So what is n in this case? Let's take a look. So there are total number of observation in this R So there are total number of observation are 10. So let's write the formula once again. So basically it is R is equal to 1 minus 6 sum of E square divided by N bracket N square minus 1. Now let's first solve for R1 and R2. So 1 minus the difference of R1 and R2 is 200. So let's put it 6 multiply by 200 divided it by N is 10. 10 into 10 whole square is 100 minus 1. Okay. Now solve this. Further 1 minus 1200 divided by 10 into 99. 100 minus 1 is 99 basically. Okay, let's calculate it. 10 into 99 is 990. Let's divide 1200 by 990. 1200 divided by 990. So the answer is 1.21. 1.21. So 1 minus 1.21. So the final answer will be 0.21. Okay, so this will be the answer for difference 1. Now let's calculate R2 and R3. Again 1 minus 6 multiply by the difference of R2 and R3 is 214. 214 divided by, so this will be the same, 10 multiply by 10, 100, which is the square of 10. So it will come 1 minus, this is same, 990. 990. So let's calculate the upper part, which is 6 into 214. So basically 6 into 214 will be 1284, and when we divided it by 990, the answer will be 1.29. Okay, it will be 1.29. Let's write all the value. 1 minus 1.29. So the final answer will be 0.29. So as we can see, this is minus. Okay, and this is also in minus. So these both value are minus, which means there is a negative correlation between the judgment of judge 1 and 2 and the judgment of judge 2 and 3. Now let's calculate for judge 1 and 3. So let's calculate. So the procedure will be same for this also. 1 minus 6 into. So the difference of R1 and R3 is 60. Let's write it here. And the lower part is same, which is 990. Now 1 minus 360 divided by 990. Now let's calculate with the help of calculator. 360 divided by 360 divided by 990. It's basically 0.36. So it is 1 minus 0.36. Okay, so answer will be in positive, which is 0 point plus 0.636. Okay. So this is how we calculate the coefficient of correlation with the help of ranking method when there are three variables are given. So as in this question we have seen that the relation between the judgment of difference between the judgment of R1 and R2 and R2 and R3 means judgment of first and second judge and the judgment of second and third judge is negative. There is a negative correlation between the judgment, and the judgment of judge 1 and 3 is a positive correlation, which is also the near value 2 plus 1. Okay, so 0.636 is a value in positive, which show a positive relation and which is also near to 1. Okay, so let me write these values in this question. Minus 0.1, and for this minus 0.29, and for the last one it is plus 0.63. Let's remove all these. So this is clear now that how to calculate the correlation among the variables which we cannot measure in quantitative form. So when we did not measure any relation or any variable in quantitative terms, then we use Spearman rank correlation method. Okay, so these are the answer of this question. Okay, so this is how we calculate the coefficient of correlation with the help of ranking method.